Hi guys, it's Cam. This is gonna be a little coffee with Cam episode. I picked up my favorite little oat milk latte. Let's see how it is. I usually have my reusable straws with me. I have it in my water, but not today, I'm so sorry. So ironically, as I'm filming this video, I have a nasty cold. I actually tried to film this video yesterday and I honestly don't even know what I said. My head has been super cloudy. If you've ever had really bad sinuses, you know that it makes you feel like your head is literally filled with cotton. So here we are, day 2. I'm so sweaty. Can you see the sweat glistening on my face? It probably looks like I've got great highlight on. I have a cold and it's 114 degrees outside. I think the Portland area hit its hottest temperature almost ever, which is really scary. I just hope and pray that everyone is staying cool and safe. The city opened up these cooling areas, so I hope that people without AC and people with health conditions and the homeless community, that they can be safe in the cooling areas. This is not heat that we deal with ever. Like, I've been on this earth in this city for 22 years and have never experienced this hot of weather. The thing that is different about the Pacific Northwest is we're not prepared for weather like this, so there's just not a lot of safety measures when it comes to protecting yourself against the heat. I am boiling as we speak. I'm going to take this coffee home. We'll continue this video there because I thought I was gonna do a little in the car thing, but I feel like my slug bug might explode in the heat. I know that doesn't happen, but it feels like it because it is so hot and I am so sweaty and have a lot of stuff to talk to you about today. So go grab your coffee, treat yourself. I hope that you can hear me over all of the fans on in my house. I feel like as soon as I go outside, my body goes into like heat rash. People in Arizona and warmer states, please tell me what you do to beat the heat. This is insane. We never deal with this much heat. Also, pro tip, if you're drinking iced coffee on a hot day, always hydrate with it. Coffee dehydrates you. You can have both, the best of both worlds, as long as you're hydrating yourself. In case I haven't formally introduced this video, hi guys, it's Cam. Welcome back to my channel. I have a couple ironic things before I start this video. First thing, I've already shared, I have a cold when it's I think it hit 116 when I was in the car. So I have been fighting off just my sinuses and everything. I've been using my like sinus rinse, which is TMI, but it has been a lifesaver. So if you're sinusy, go get yourself one of those nasal rinses because I swear it's God's work. The second ironic thing, which is why I'm actually making this video, is to give you guys a little health update. I have been very open about my whole health journey on here and I want to continue to do so because I know that it helps people in similar situations. The last video I uploaded was my remission trip to New York City. It was amazing and the best trip ever. But about 2 weeks before that trip, I actually had another cancer scare. I'm very okay talking about it now, but it was honestly very triggering for my PTSD. My mental health was practically in the toilet. I was angry and emotional, which was new for me because throughout my cancer journey, I was pretty numb through it all. So all of a sudden, these emotions coming up was very new for me to deal with. Coffee break. So 2 weeks before New York, I had my typical 3-month blood test because, as you guys probably know, I finished my treatment for stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma on February 12th. Now I am a little over 4 months out of treatment and you would think, she's cancer free, what is going on? So I went in for my typical 3-month blood test. Blood work is something that I will have to continue to do for the next 2 years of my life just to make sure that everything is still on track, that I'm still cancer free. And a couple of my numbers were off, which was immediately very scary. I went into straight panic because when I had my blood work done almost a year ago to this day, almost every single number on my blood work was off, which was immediately a red flag and we knew something was wrong. And even though there was only a couple things off, it was still terrifying and triggered a lot of my PTSD and anxiety that is from the last year of my life. So I immediately contact my doctor, say, hey, is this something I should be worried about? What should I do? She says, go into urgent care. They'll probably want to do an ultrasound because it had to do with my liver. I go into urgent care, which happened to be the same exact urgent care I went into last year when I started having all of my symptoms. I was honestly a wreck. I was sobbing as I handed over like my insurance card, and the woman just felt bad but didn't really know what to say, because it's just one of those things where it was all in my head and coming out in tears, and there was nothing that anyone could say that could ease my fear in that moment. I go in and pretty much just tell my whole synopsis, which takes a hot minute because my health history is just a long list at this point. And she schedules an ultrasound, which was scary, but I just needed someone to tell me that everything was okay at that point. So I was able to schedule it pretty quick, go in for the ultrasound. It comes back saying that there is a nodule on my liver, which I think it technically was called a lesion, which if you Google a lesion, they sometimes can be cancerous. So seeing that word just after only 4 months of that word not existing in my body anymore was just insane. I don't think I've cried so much like ever. I think I cried more than when I actually found out I had cancer, just because now I know what it's like. I just started getting my hair back and all these little things, and I couldn't even wrap my head around the idea of being diagnosed with cancer again. It was just so much fear and anxiety and stress and all the works. So get this ultrasound, and I'm leaving for New York in a couple of days on my remission trip of all things. How ironic. I kind of make the ultimate decision that nothing was going to happen immediately. I needed to do this for my mental health. I needed to go to New York because it was a very symbolic thing that this journey was over for me. So somehow I was able to compartmentalize it, which is something that is kind of crazy, that I can compartmentalize something like that and just store it in a box and not open it for 4 to 5 days of my life. New York is such a happy place that somehow I was able to do that. I really was able to enjoy the trip. You could probably see the joy through my video because I was so happy. I go to New York, I enjoy myself. Because they found something, I was going to have to do a full body CT scan, but going through insurance and everything, that was going to take a few days. So I knew that I wasn't even going to be able to do that until I got home. So I go to New York, have the time of my life. I'm so grateful for that trip. I come home. I was honestly on the phone for hours trying to deal with all of this stuff again. The biggest thing when it comes to health problems is the waiting game. The communication is really hard. With technology these days, sometimes I get the medical report before my doctor, and that can lead to me overanalyzing something or reading something the wrong way. It's honestly a very dangerous game. If you have dealt with this stuff, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So I scheduled my CT scan for a few days out finally, and go in and do that, and I was very numb that day. I think I took one picture in the bathroom. At that point I finally shared with a close group of friends what was going on, because honestly it was grad season and so many people had so many other things going on in their lives. I only told maybe 3 people what was going on, because it's really hard for a cancer patient or a cancer survivor to not feel like a burden sometimes when it comes to the bad news or what you're going through. And I love my friends and I know that they would all be there for me in a heartbeat, but it's just one of those things that I wanted them to enjoy their graduation. We didn't even know the answers yet, so it was something that I honestly just kept to myself and journaled about and cried about. So I finally shared with a close group of friends that I was getting this scan to find out whether the spot on my liver was cancerous or not. I get the CT scan and I actually got the report back that night. I was too scared to open it. I think I was hanging out with Kiara when I got it, and I was like, I can't open it, because if I was going to open it and it said that it was cancerous, I honestly don't know how I would have reacted. I think I would have spiraled and it would have been really bad. So I text my doctor and say that I got the report back, because like I said before, I get it before her these days, which is insane. And she was actually able to call me and she was like, let's open it together, read it to me, and I'll talk you through it, which she's amazing. My oncologist, I have a great relationship with her and I'm very thankful for that. I opened the report and I read it, and it ended up just being a cyst. The lesion or the nodule was just a cyst on my liver about the size of a pea, so it's nothing to be worried about. Pretty sure they also found a cyst on my spleen, which is okay. I know of a lot of people that have cysts. I had a cyst in my wrist back in the day that was from gymnastics that they took out, but there's something that a lot of people live with and they're no big deal unless they get very big or I honestly don't even know. Or they're like impacting you every day like the one in my wrist did. But it was just such a sigh of relief. When she told me that, I felt like I could breathe again, because this was about 2 to 3 weeks, including the time I was in New York, that it was just in this box in my head that was just making me crazy. I couldn't eat. I felt like I couldn't do normal things that I like doing. I really feel like I was in a deep like state of momentary depression. The no eating led to me not being able to go to the gym and work out, which was something that I was doing good for my body, that was feeling good, like I was getting stronger, and then all of a sudden I just like nosedived into just the panic and the stress and everything. It was very scary, but as soon as she told me that, I felt like I was myself again, and I was in my own head. I wasn't like outside of my body watching myself, which was something that I described actually last year, that I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience, like I was watching a movie of my life. I kind of felt myself kind of disassociating with my own life again, which is crazy. Our brains do crazy stuff, I have to say, but I was just so happy to hear that. I'm here sharing it with you guys because this is all part of my journey. Like I've said before in other videos, the cancer journey does not finish as soon as you get done with chemo. It is something that lingers with you, might impact you every day or every few days or every week. Everybody's different. It is something that will probably be on the back of my mind for the next few years of my life, and I'm hoping that eventually it's something that is just in the past. It is still something that affects me every day. Every time I look in the mirror and see my short hair, which, heyo, this is like my first week rocking it, and I'm starting to finally feel confident about it, which is just so good. But every time I look in the mirror, it's a reminder of what I went through, because I didn't choose to cut my hair this short. One of my cancer friends, I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, someone looked at her with her short hair. It's like, wow, you're so brave and confident for rocking the short hair. I think she just smiled and nodded, but I've learned that when people say that to me, I love to just hit them with the I had cancer, like I didn't cut my hair by choice, but thank you, because it's just so weird for someone to say something like that. But that's besides the point. It's something that I'm still dealing with every day. I've been finding different measures that really work with my anxiety and have really been helping me sleep at night and be able to eat again. Now that it was just a cancer scare, not an actual cancer diagnosis, was just the best thing, and I am so relieved. Just wanted to share this little moment with you guys because it's something that I've been dealing with the last few weeks, and I'm so just blessed that I'm able to come on here and say that it was a cancer scare and nothing more. That's my little health update for July. I just have so many things that I want to do and so many fun things coming up that I can't wait to share with you guys. I want to show you all different parts of my life. I want to show you thriving in New York, going to Hawaii, which may be happening soon, and then also these moments that are really real and things that are impacting me every day, because life is a roller coaster. We're all humans and deal with it in different ways. Just want to share all the ups and downs with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video and keeping up with my health journey. I love you guys so much and appreciate you so much. I said that again. I will see you guys in the next video. Sending you so much love. Hope everyone is staying safe if you're in this heat wave. Also, please let me know what your summer shows are. I just finished season 4 of Elite. That show is insane. Like, if you're looking for a steamy Spanish drama about high schoolers, I swear they deal with stuff that high schoolers should never be dealing with, but that show is insane and everyone is so beautiful. Like, the boys in that show, oh my gosh. There's a new character in season 4. All I have to say, wow. I love you guys. I will see you later. Bye.